Welcome everyone to Death's Gambit. Death's Gambit can be best described as a 2D equivalent to Dark Souls. It has a very similar control style and very similar ideas to it as well. Alright, let me shut the volume real quick. Yeah, that should be fine. It's exploding in my ears right now, but that should be fine otherwise. Actually, no, I'm going to turn it down because this is a bit too loud. Okay, should be fine for me, and should be fine for you guys. Anyway, let's begin. I'm gonna go over my old save because it's been so long since I last played it, I might as well just start again. Plus that's an incomplete file anyway. Now then, much like Dark Souls itself, you get to choose a class of character. So you have Soldier, trained by the military of Vados. Good all-round fighter, blocking attacks gives you soul energy to use for abilities. Assassin, quick and nimble fighter that favors close-range combat. Dodging attacks gives you soul energy to use for abilities. Blood Knight, reckless warrior that rewards aggressive combat styles. You can regain health that was recently lost if you quickly retaliate. Wizard, you fight with complex ranged magic using a healing phoenix feather and will give you soul energy to use for abilities. Phoenix feathers are basically the Estus flasks of this game. Noble, you worked your way up to the chain of lords. An agent of royalty will visit you to sell unique items. Using items gives you soul energy to use for abilities. Sentinel, master of arms. You can equip any weapon and shield as long as you have half of the stats required. Parrying gives you soul energy to use for abilities. And Acolyte of Death, you worship death, letting you restore broken death idols. He's going to use to rest and save. Killing enemy gives you soul energy for abilities. For this run, and pretty much any run I do from this here on out, I'm going to be the wizard. I've always preferred magic. Okay, that's done. Now, you also get to pick an item to start with. Vados Helm. Helm worn by military soldiers of Vados. Increase your vitality by 5. I believe vitality is health. I don't remember. I know that I will be going back. I know that I will be taught what this game does later. Hang on a minute. Okay. I can't see the feedback at all because of how big the screen is. So hopefully nothing stupid happens like in Cosmic Star Heroine. Spellbinding Aura enchanted with elemental wisps. Using abilities increases intellect by 2 for 24 seconds, stacks up to 10 intellect. Shield of Warding reduces time of negative status effects by 25%. Gaia and Blood increases endurance regeneration by 100% for 14 seconds. Soulstone, in the hands of the right person, can be used to upgrade weapons and armor. Crystal Bombs, unstable crystals explode when dealing 320 lightning damage. Rusting Charm. Locket, it holds a small picture someone did to you. That literally does nothing. I think it's for something else, but I don't quite remember. I also haven't finished this game. I should clarify. So this is technically blind, but I'm not fussed about getting tips and such. I just don't want story spoilers. For this, I'm gonna have soul stones. Soul stones are basically think of them as the souls in Dark Souls that you use to buy for upgrades.
Playing dead, were you? Shame it's always the cowards that survive.
And that's our main character, Soren.
Considering the fate of your men, I thought I'd do them a service.
My men. They're all...
Go back to Vados. We have an obligation to their families now.
Now, one thing I don't like about this game straight up is that you have to use the joystick to move if you're using an Xbox controller.
Back so soon.
The pain. It feels like I'm burning from inside out.
Better get used to it. This contract
talents will resurrect you in service to me. Rest assured, your mind and actions will be your own. Though why you mortals insist in glorifying a self-aggrandizing hoax is beyond me. In return, you must do something for me.
What could I possibly do for you?
Give it time. For now, just sign here. In blood, of course.
Now, it won't be apparent for now, but basically, we pretty much sold our soul to death in order to survive. It's like, although we have our own free will, we're forced to and we're forced to work for him. Now, one thing I'd like to compliment right off the bat about this game is that it has a gorgeous art style and wonderful music. I've got the OBS volume turned up, so hopefully you can hear it just as well as I can. Let's see. Now, there's quite a few things you can there's quite a few things you can get in this game as well. Got it. Leaf of Gaia. Let's see. Here we go. When consumed, restores all health and removes minor stat elements. There are rumors of groves untouched by seasons, where spring is eternal and leaves are lush. There are they're the locus of ley lines, the nervous system of Gaia, and a radiant sites of magic. The leaf is proof of such a place. Now, this is the contract. Here's the thing. You can actually throw this thing away. If you do that, your next death is permanent, because every time you die, you immediately get resurrected by death at the next save point, which is very close to Dark Souls in the fact that you resurrect yourself at campsites. And these soul stones, I pretty much break them and they turn into shards, which are the things I used to upgrade. I'll do that later. Let's see. So some talents, more on that later. This is pretty much just like a summary of things, and obviously the configuration. Anyway. Now, it's also going to take a minute for me to get back into the swing of things. But thankfully, the tutorial is very good. It's like, because I'm a magic user, the majority of my attacks are ranged. But keep in mind, this is exactly like Dark Souls in the fact that your attacks cost stamina. Almost everything does. So you can't get too trigger happy. Alright, I've already shown that. So, what does a Cropling do again? Since the last death idol rested at. The upper scale lets... The opal scent jet plume of a crow. They have long been the harbingers of death. The eyes said to be the gateway for him to observe our world. There's a horse to leap over big gaps. We kind of already did that. And this is our short bow. Now we can now we have ranged attacks as well, and we can use the right thumbstick to aim. Keep in mind, I won't be using the bow much. There we go. That was weird. I won't be using the bow too much. You do need it to solve certain puzzles like that, so that's the only time I'm going to be using it. And I press that button, that activates that panel, so we can go back anytime we want without the horse. And this is pretty much our save points. Now, before we do anything, no, let's see. Oh, it's not going to let me do it yet. Okay. Well, I can do it later then. It's no big deal. We're not into a fight yet. Now, one thing I also want to compliment about this game's art style is that I've always been fond of pixel art. Like, sprite works, not really so much as cell drawings. Like, don't get me wrong, that's just as good, if not better, but pixelated stuff has always been my preference. And it's nice to actually see, like, just how gorgeous it looks. Like, This game's going to kick me in the nuts thousands of times over. But it won't be too bad. Hold the left shoulder button, trigger to block. Press B on movement to do a dodge roll. This also consumes stamina, but this is valuable. And this is not that valuable, but it will be helpful in certain fights. And we got our first enemy. Alright, I'm out of stamina, so just take it easy. Now, for the most part, I may end up keeping quiet for these fights just because you do need to concentrate.
Do you have a death wish?
I don't think I can die, actually.
Eluding death gives you a god complex, I see.
No, I kind of sold my soul to him.
Squander your life. Go right on ahead. I'm sure your men are eager to see you. But should you think twice, take one of these. They're restorative plumes. Use it to ensure your return to Vados. Consider it the last kindness I offer you.
Not sure burning me alive is a kindness.
And what lies ahead, I assure you it is.
Okay, I'm just going to do something real quick. I'm going to shrink the screen again, just so I can see the feedback, because this is a little concerning. Okay, here we go. Now I'll just need to readjust it on the OBS real quick. Perfect. Okay. Just a slight adjustment here and there. Okay, now I can see the feedback. It is a little quiet in this area, but I'm going to turn up the in-game volume a little bit anyway. Okay, now, restorative plumes. Where are they? Here they are. A lucent plume. Basically, these are your Estus flasks, as I mentioned before. Press right shoulder button to use equipped items. Okay, now you have access to this. So if I ever wanted to, like, heal in the middle of battle... Oops, wrong button. I use the right bumper, and it'll use a feather. Thing is, though, is that it's permanently gone until you go back to one of these rest points. Now, as for these... Now I've got way more shards to deal with, so I can heal myself quicker. Now... Oh yeah, right, you need to pay plumes to do it. Sorry, pay shards to do it. What? Oh, I already have them. Okay. Now, something else you can actually do, and this is something I'm going to be doing. You can actually permanently get rid of your feathers to increase your damage output. So I'll be increasing my damage output by 30%, and I'm honestly going to do this. Like, some people might think that it's a bit too risky, but it's very quick and easy to die in this game. So I think I might as well try to go for a glass cannon route. Anyway, now we can increase our stats. Vitality summons health points, also increases healing effectiveness of plumes. Helpful, but not that helpful. Strength. Determines damage of strength weapons and abilities, lets you equip better strength weapons and shields. As much as we're going for a mage class, we will need to do this eventually. Finesse determines damage of finesse weapons and abilities. Basically bows and whatnot. Endurance determines the amount of stamina points. That's also very important. Intelligence determines spell damage. Lets you equip stronger spells, increase magic resistance. That's what we're gonna be focusing on the most. Haste determines abilities of bow cast speed, decreases cooldown time, increases stamina regeneration rate. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 into intelligence. Now keep in mind, each time you put a point in this, the cost of the next one increases, so you have to be careful what you pick. So I'm going to go for intelligence, vitality, endurance, haste, vitality again, intelligence, and yeah, that'll do. I will need to increase strength eventually, but right now, not. But right now, I should be okay. Resting at death idols regenerates used feathers. Now, if I was fighting that enemy before the increase, that probably would have done less damage. Or blocking, press secondary weapon to kick shields enemies. So this and that. Right trigger. So basically, I just use the bow button when I've got a shield. Oh, that was a close one. Now, I can't get to that. Actually, no, I can. If I... Whoops. Yeah, be prepared for things like that. I'm going to head back the way because I feel like I'm going... Yeah, I'm not in a previous area. Also, try to think of this as a bit like a Metroidvania style of game. But it's in the Wednesday slots, which is for RPGs, because I consider it a bit more of an RPG than a Metroidvania. Alright, just need to wait for this llama fella to turn back around. There we go. Thank you. I want to get that book over there. I don't know if it's a new equipment for me, or if it's something else. Either way. Tome of the Owl King. The Owl King, royal only in name, has no subjects of its own to speak of, but the hearts of men are just as Catholic. Okay, that's what the generals are for. But the hearts of men are just easily provoked by titles. Deals 5% more damage against the boss. Okay, so I realize what these are. These are things to sorry, can't talk today. These give you info about the bosses, and they'll also give you a damage buff as well. I reckon I would have dropped something rare, but because of my bad setup, I've noticed the desktop audios. I'm going to increase the volume on my end to see if that has anything to do with it. Go. Not too loud, not too quiet. Alright, let's try this again. Lovely. Attack while in the air after a dodge roll to execute different attacks. Ah, good shot. Alright. Perfect. Now keep in mind that because there are so many enemies... because leveling up will eventually get more difficult, I want to defeat as many enemies as I can find. And thankfully, this will get easier. To a degree. Because, like, I'll get stronger, I'll be able to take care of the smaller mooks better. Stronger mooks will take a while, but I'll still have the advantage. Also, just to point out, health doesn't recharge until you go back to one of those death statues. Increases vitality by 50%, destroyed if killed. The strength we find in dire times can propel us beyond our limitations, but such illusions of grandeur are fragile, easily shattered. Yeah, I can equip this. Now keep in mind, like it says, if I die, it's destroyed. Yeah, I suppose while we're going through this, I might as well explain a few things. I've mentioned this a couple times during my streams already, but this is where it's the most relevant now. I made a screw up with the last RPG I was playing, Cosmic Star Heroine, where where I wasn't paying attention to the feedback, and only a quarter of the screen was visible. So, and because I got past such an important point of the story, I couldn't upload it to YouTube because too many important things happened. And so I'm practically forced to start again. So every Friday I'm playing through the game. So every Friday I'm playing through the game again to try and get sorry, I'm trying to get back to where I left off. Oh, that was close. Keep in mind, you can walk past enemies, no problem. It's not a Mario game where touching them is a problem. Now, because I casted 2 of these... Right, yes, a screen nuke. A small screen nuke. So, not a screen nuke at all. And done. So yeah, this is another perk of the wizard. You get these orbs that you can power up your attacks with. But anyway, going back to what I was saying. So because of it, I needed to find another RPG to play on Wednesdays, and I thought to myself, why not Pokemon Emerald to celebrate Pokemon Sword and Shield? Because I was thinking of another Pokemon game I can emulate, and the DS games are out of the question until I can get the problem sorted out with the webcam. Nice. Oh wait. With my stamina recharge. Nice. Ah, damn it. Keep in mind, if I go back to a save point, all the enemies respawn. Zealot's Cape and Wooden Targe. Alright, let's get some equipping done. Listen, what's my shield right now? Requires 2 strength, C toughness. Requires 2 strength, F toughness. So it's nowhere near as good, so probably best to just sell it. The Zealot's Cape is Vitality 4. My cape has nothing, so there we go. Now, so my plan was to do Pokemon Emerald, and in yesterday's stream where I did Bloodstain Curse of the Moon, I straight up said I was going to do Pokemon Emerald, and I even asked on Twitter and DA, what Pokemon would you like to see me use? Problem was, I ran into a bit of a fickle problem, where every Emerald ROM I picked up wouldn't work. To clarify, basically, the games wouldn't play. And I did this with like 3 other ROMs, and I even did it with a Sapphire ROM just to see if it was just Emerald, and that wouldn't work either. So literally, playing Death's Gambit was a spur of the moment today. So I had intentions to stream Death's Gambit a long time ago. Alright. That poison gauge there, I need to wait for it to go down, because if it goes all the way full, that means I get the poison stats and my health drains fast. So I just need to play a little bit more carefully and wait for that to drain before I fight another poison-based enemy. Okay, good. Ah, damn it, good shot. And that's a problem, the Phoenix. If any of you have played Dark Souls, this is pretty similar to that dragon near the start of the area that would just breathe fire on that bridge. It wasn't a bad grinding spot. Uh-oh. And... oh, not dead. Not dead. Okay, let me just take a look at the things I collected. Sunstone. Radiant sun illuminates dark areas. Can be thrown. These stones absorb natural sunlight, exuding a pleasant warmth of light when night falls. The streets of Vardos and many more cities use them on a daily basis. Peregrine's Vitality 4. What have I got? Oh, nothing. So in that case... Abyssal Eye. An occult spell that summons a third eye. Wicked tales exist of cultists who gadget their eyes, throw them into the fire in hopes of their sacrifice will grant them an uneifled vision with their god. But what if their god is blind? I'm not quite sure what this does. But anyway, I'm gonna cook a few more things. Yeah, cook this. Let's see. I should probably use this now because of my current condition. Because one more hit and I'm dead. Now keep in mind, it's just like a phoenix plume. And I didn't realize I couldn't go past these guys, so... there we go. Dragonberry. What does that do? Removes poison. Said to grow from the ashen wake of fire, and the white blossom is symbolic of purified souls. For this reason, funerals in Vardos often overflow with the pale petals of the dragon. Of the draconum? I want to get that item up there, but I need to wait until the phoenix passes. Reinforced helm. There we go. Unfortunately, the one downside to this, what Dark Souls has over this is that different armor equipments do not have cosmetic changes, unlike in Dark Souls. Oh boy. Well, that took care of him. Also, that guy can't get away from that. Hmm. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright, so far I haven't died yet, but then again, this is still a tutorial area. Oh crap, I missed that. Alright, so that was another plume. That was another restorative plume, I believe. So what I can do is augment it to increase my damage even further. Some might not recommend this, but I don't care. I'm using this power. Press A and hold down on the left stick to go down on platforms. Oh boy.
This one won't do either.
What happened to them?
An explanation for another time. Seems we have a straggler. Tense Hermione. I trust you won't disappoint. For your sake.
You're a survivor, are you not? It is not too late. Return from whence you came.
There is no one left to return to.
You're not the only orphan of war. But perhaps you'll be the last. Know that I do this to put an end to tragedies like yours. And if your sacrifice is necessary to my mission, then so be it.
Alright, we've got a boss fight now. And already not the best starts. 2, 1. Ah, damn it. Got ya!
Your meddling will have dire consequences.
Gained a talent point. Every time, I believe it's every time you defeat a boss, you gain a talent point. Using a healing spell will give 10 souls of energy to use for abilities. Unfortunately, that's not going to be useful to me because of my setup. Oh. But I need it in order to unlock the other, so who cares? Also, I believe I'm going into those death statues to restore yourself. Also restores your bow. Press left D-pad to change equipped items. Yeah, I already gathered that. Crystal bomb and crystal bomb. Basically, I'm their grenades. And that's the third one of those done. A little bummed out I wasn't able to get that item up there, but I'm, actually, I think I might be able to if I do a bit of a workaround. Let me at least try. While blocking, press primary weapon button to parry enemies as they attack you. I don't think that's something I can do as a wizard. A quicken plume. Also, these treasure chests here, I believe... sorry. I believe that their problem is that if you use a phoenix plume at any point, they'll never open. And that's another reason why I don't use phoenix plumes. So that way, I can at least get those, and I'd rather play like that. I'd rather play like this anyway. I'm gonna die a lot, no doubt about it. Damn it. But honestly, this is just my preferred playstyle. Alright. I've got the ability to level up some stuff now, so let's take a look. Yeah. I know I'm going to need to upgrade strength soon. But I know it's not going to be for a while. Oh, come on. Now I'm going to have to heal again. Thankfully, healing is as quick as that. Alright, now where did I put my horse?
Welcome, friend. Come, take a look at Fink's wares. You're sure to be pleased.
Alright, this arsehole here. He has stuff that is of absurd prices, and they're not good. But if you leave without buying anything, he'll try to kill you.
I'll be back.
And this guy will constantly try to kill you every opportunity he gets. All because his items are useless. He's pretty much a bad peddler. I think that's what I'm looking for. He's a shifty merchant who really doesn't like the idea of being ignored, I suppose. Riders Passes. Think of Riders Passes as like I suppose the tunnel way between areas. Hang on. Go. So now, need Crest of Gaia. Okay. Oh, hang on. Nope. Say that, horse. Crow plume. Okay. Keep in mind, the crow plumes don't take you back to any statue. It's the last one you visited. nothing new. Also, anytime I go, anytime I find one of these death statues, I'm just gonna quickly visit them so I can get the nearest save point set up. Although, now I've got our first real boss fight. Now, let me just equip something. Let's go for the crystal bombs. Owl King. Now, because I deal 5% more damage... Alright, so that's the range one. Nice, I did so much damage. And the best part about it is that fire deals burning damage over time, so he's going to take a small amount of damage each time. Many people claim that the wizard is a little broken in this game. I can partially agree to that, and frankly, I don't care. And I got a talent point for that, sweet. I believe it's every boss fight, but I don't... But there might be some exceptions. Regenerate stamina faster when blocking. Gain 20% damage boost for 10 seconds after regaining a lost Phoenix Feather. That's not really helpful. Use a Phoenix Feather also gives you 15 soul energy. Really, this is the only one that's helpful because I'm not using soul feathers. But let me take a look at the other ones up here. You do not lose soul energy while standing still. When out of arrows, you can continue shooting. Consumes 5 soul energy per arrow. That one's not very helpful. Alright. Now, if you'll excuse me for a minute, I'm going to go and open a window. Because it is so stuffy in here and I'm feeling sick. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Oh, phew. Okay, one other problem. You can probably hear it faintly, but I've got a fan open. I've got a fan on, sorry. It's quite a ways away from me, so hopefully the mic doesn't pick up the whirring, and I've put a cloth under it to sort of like absorb some of the noise. But frankly, I have to have this on, otherwise I'm going to have a heat stroke. Oh god, this damn heat wave. This is like the worst time to stream, honestly. Because this intense heat is making it difficult. But I'm gonna persevere. Hold on a minute. There we go. Something I'm gonna... Let's know. Is it possible for me to move... Oh no. No. Unequip. I was gonna see if I could, like, move it somewhere further down so I don't accidentally click it, but... Oh well, no big deal. Now this here is actually kind of interesting. If you notice, you can't jump up here. This is what I like to call a handicap area, so to speak. It will make more sense later. Well, maybe not a handicap thing, but so much as a pity thing. Yeah, it's a pity well. There we go. Alright. Honestly, I prefer to travel on foot anyway, but... Essence of Lightning. Nice. This is what I was hoping for. Now I've got 2 unique abilities. Central Sanctuary. Consider this the main hub world of the game. Like, this is always where you're going to be returning to. And this is another death statue. And one of the biggest ones and best ones. Well, I say best ones, but really it's just the biggest one. It looks nice, though. And I'm going to say this right now. I do like the design of Death in this game. I just wish he was voiced by Greg Eagles, but I know no one would have taken it seriously if he was. Okay. Let's put one into Strength now. Just because I've... Actually, you know what? I'll wait until I... Alright. Well, at least it also increases health, so it's not that big of a deal. But I'm just going to put another into Intelligence and Haste. Intellect and Haste are probably the things I'm going to be using the most.
Finally. I thought it might take another sunrise for you to arrive.
Who said that?
Up here, in your world, the crows are my eyes. Past the city of Aldwyn lies Caer Shorai. Within its walls rests Cyrodiil's source of immortality. You must toll the 2 bells of ascension. Then, find the soul vessel that will let you commune with the dead.
Wait, really?
No. Just smash the source with a rock. Or your head, either will do.
All this for you to ferry them once more? The 2 bells of ascension thing, that's a reference to Dark Souls. That's the main objective of that game, is to ring the 2 bells. Only up from the right side. But and because this is a Dark Souls-esque game, like, this is one thing I'm also going to say right now. This game actually has a bizarre sense of humor to it.
You've strayed far from your herd, little sheep. Any solace you might have found here has long since fled. Just as the heavens abscond that pious night to her mutterings. If you believe in that sort of thing, I am Bast, emissary of Vildredor. Not that it makes any difference here.
Nice guy. Another crow prune. There's an item there that I want to get my hands on, and I think I can. Leaf of Gaia, that's very good. Since these are since these are Phoenix plumes without any consequences to them, I prefer to carry those instead. You need another Crest of Gaia for that. Let's see. I think I'm... here's the thing. I get lost here from time to time. In addition, it's also been a long time since I last played this game, so...
Fire.
purge thy soul from these tormented lands. You are not of the Covenant.
No, but I rode among you before. Well...
Then you know how futile our expedition is. Return to Vardos. There are already too many dead for me to bury.
No. She can actually teach you abilities. However, most of these come from, like, warriors. Except for this, Light of the Phoenix. Illuminates everything around you for 20 seconds. That might not be bad. But I need 150 shards for it, so I'm, no chance for the time being. And this guy here.
Oh, you stirred the birds something fierce.
Gotta love that accent.
You might just be the catalyst we need around here. Those gathered have grown complacent, but what's there to do when staring down death? Best we stick together in these trying times. Name's Jacko of Basilis. Peruse my paltry wares, if I may be of use to you.
Now this is a much better shop guy than the last one. He's got some more basic stuff, but he's also got some better stuff as well. This shield I wouldn't mind having. At the same time, no, I don't think I need that strong of a shield. Just thinking about it, but I also don't remember. When you play the role of a magic class, you're kind of uncertain about a few things. More specifically when it comes to physical stuff. Alright. Go. Perfect. Oh, I remember this thing. Alright. Can't even get up there. Actually, hang on. No, I can't do like a rolling jump. Alright, gonna have to get that later. Ah, damn it. And that's one of my favorite abilities, the lightning. It does continuous damage. And it's also homing as well. To an extent. Alright, how's my health? Not great, but not bad. Ah, son of... Wow, is this really where I die? Yeah, probably. Uh-oh. Gilded Helm. Is that what I've got? Reinforced Helm, Vitality 1. A Gilded Helm is 1 strength and 1 intellect. That might be a bit better. Look at my health. You know what? Not interested in dying to mooks. So there we go. I want to see, like, obviously I want to have as little of a death counter as possible, and also check that out. He's a big fella. Now, unfortunately, all the enemies respawned, but won't be that big of a deal. Oh, and I got another crow plume. Now, I don't want to use the thunder spell on him yet. Wait, how'd that miss? Uh-oh. There we go. I want to save it for this one. Alright, let's try again. Now that I'm a bit more... Now that I'm a bit more prepared... Ow. 3, 2, 1. Another crow plume. I'll gladly take those. Because the less I can go about dying, the better. Takes care of that one instantly. Oh. Didn't realise this was here. I'll go there later. I want to stick to the main path first. Yeah, now I'm doing much better this time. It is going to take a while for me to, like, get properly good at this game. Like, this is definitely one of those get good games. Remember to equip stronger healing feathers when you find them in the world. How about now? Also, this is a broken death statue. If I was the Acolyte of Death, I think it's called, then I would have been able to fix it and I would have a closer spawn point. But sadly, that's not the case. Alright. I think I've got a boss coming up. Yep. Now this one's one of the most well, they're all dangerous, really.
I'll burn your soul to ash.
Yep, good start, good start. Now I imagine fire wouldn't be that good against this thing, so I'm gonna try regular lightning.
I can see the rage in your eyes.
Well, first death. Now, I believe that's saying how many shots I get for that fight since of how far I've gotten. Yeah, there is just a fan. I hope it's not too much of a disturbance because I can't tell how it is. Because I can't tell how it is for you guys. It's pretty far away, but I can also hear it. But I don't know how well you can hear it because I don't know how well the mic's picking it up. What does this do again? Okay. Light Greaves. Do I have that? Padded Greaves, Vitality 4. Light Greaves, Strength 2 and Finesse 2. I'll keep the Vitality. Alright. Just want to get this set up. It's not a bad idea to get these things set up before boss fights.
You are unworthy to stand beside true immortals. I'll burn your soul to ash.
Ah, damn it, ran out of stamina. That stamina thing is going to be my biggest problem.
Ready to die?
Especially when that happens. Did a little better that time. Yeah, I knew I was going to die a lot, so this isn't that shocking. However, because I still get shards, even if I lose, I can at least increase my potential. So I'm going to put 2 into endurance. Because it'll increase my stamina. Also, just noticed I've still got my spark ball. Well, no sense in keeping it, because I'm going to be fighting more waves of enemies, and this takes up the attack button. Okay. I would like to get to that chest up there, but I can't jump high enough yet. Oh well. Oh and yeah, if they're off screen, for some reason your spells don't work. Ah, damn it, wrong button. Also, not sure if that's an insta-kill, but I'd rather not take the chance. That's great. I also just realized I